So what up guys, JK Dripmode, and yes, today I am building a dial. And today's dial is inspired by a commission job that I'm working on right now. And I want to give a shout out to Giovanni, and he hired me to do a dial for a specific figure. Boom. Michael Myers, Halloween. So, this figure is pretty badass. This guy looks pretty dope. He's from the recent movie, the recent Halloween that just came out. Pretty badass, real detailed. So what I'm gonna build for him is that I'm gonna build the 12-inch version of just the porch, but I'm gonna give it way more life than this. That's gonna be today's build, and I want to share real quick some of the supplies that I'm gonna be using. Balsa wood, a lot of balsa wood. I got popsicle sticks. I was originally gonna buy a door. It's, you know, it needs to be bigger, so I may have to build the door from scratch. Got some grass, got some bushes, thin foam, insulation foam, white acrylic paint, and I'm gonna be applying a wash to give the walls a little bit of dirt, just give it a little bit of age, and glue, and I think that's it. I think I'm actually excited for this build, so let's get started. All right guys, here I'm sketching just to understand the structure of the build. Trying to decide how much real estate I want to create, because I could go further where there's a sidewalk, or I could just cut it right there. Normally what I do is that I start placing things so I can get an idea of scale and space. Here in front of the house, on the porch, but I'm also thinking space that I could have him hiding behind the wall and he can peek through the door. I've seen other dials for Michael Myers and it's mostly just standing in the front, and then this is attached to the back, and they call it a day. And then be able to put Michael Myers behind the door, and you could do some cool photography with that.
A lot of people's emotions were challenged. We gotta be in trouble.
I love the idea of taking a picture of him like this, you know. If I move it up, I still have that space, but I can use this extra wall space as leverage to be able to install this into the foam. When you're building a dial, you gotta start thinking like an engineer, because I have to ship this. So I have to dismantle the setup and then have him be able to install it. So with this way, I don't have to worry about magnets, and as you can see, it's very resistant. So I made it tight. I can take this apart. Alright, and now we got balsa wood for the top beams. Alright, got some bushes and puncturing them into the foam. And I used a rubber band to kind of give them some shape. And boom, we got bushes. Look at that. So now I'm going into the minor details. It's part of the column. So next up is the wall. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this balsa wood and cut them into strips and just lay them on this wall so I can get that nice pattern of the Victorian home. Alright, so I was just cutting them up. And what I'm doing is when I'm laying them, the tip is actually on top of the back. So keep repeating that pattern. Okay, so it always overlaps, giving it that look. Looks really nice.
It's my nest egg, Jack. At my age, you gotta think ahead.
Now the pieces are dried. So what I'm doing is I'm assembling it, not 100%, but I'm assembling it because now I want to glue everything. I'm not concerned about, but I want to take care of first is the wood. I laid them out to make sure they fit right, and then now what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna go back and then now I'm gonna glue them now. So what I want to do is I want to kind of give it a stain, but doing a wash. And hoping that it gets a little bit into the cracks. There we go. Look at that. So yeah, you just gotta leave it on longer. Gotta leave it on longer, that's all. Alright, so what I'm doing here is like a black wash, but it's with yellow. And all I'm doing is I'm kind of giving it this stain here. Alright, just like a little stain. You know, just kind of giving it age. You know, the white's starting to turn yellow. Look at that. Looks pretty cool. Look at that. It looks like an old building. Look at that. Haha, pretty dope. And then you can leave it on there for a little bit. But the more you leave it, the more it's gonna stain. gonna add some shading. Kind of give it this part a little brown spot, and then the areas where the bush is supposed to be a little bit of brown spot as well. Alright, next up is the props to this sign.
It's how things work sometimes, Mary. It's just like this.
There we go. There's a door now. So I'm adding the last finishing touches. This is a hole puncher, and it punches out little leaves. So I went outside and I got me a real leaf. So yeah, so basically you put the leaf inside and now I can sprinkle them all over the dial. It's time for the reveal. Alright guys, it's done. Boom. And I want to kind of go over it, and I want to mention that this is probably the most challenging dial I've ever made. And the reason why is because as I was building this, I realized that I couldn't use just foam. So instead I changed my direction and I ended up using balsa wood. A lot of this is balsa wood. These panels are balsa wood. These are balsa wood. The beams, the rails are balsa wood. The only thing that is not balsa wood, so this is foam board, this is regular project foam. Let me start off with turning on the lights. He wanted to be able to put the sister's tombstone, so I could put it right there. There's the sign from the real estate. Did some pavement blocks, and then a good suggestion from my client, he wanted leaves. Got the no trespassing sign, got the bushes, and this door. So, you know, you could just open it. back here. That'll be pretty good. Pretty good. Like this is awesome for photography. If you're into toy photography, I made this real diverse where you can put them in there, or you could put them. Okay. So yeah, I feel really proud of this dial. I probably gonna make myself one. This is literally the whole dial. So now I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna put it together. So first thing first, I'm gonna start with the wall. Okay, I made it tight enough where you could insert it and it will support itself. Look at that. Alright, next, the beam. This roof has 2 inserts right here. Okay. Okay. Insert this guy here. This guy right here. The stairs. The bushes, they're a little tricky, you gotta play with them in the sense of how to pose them, but alright. Put the sign. Alright, and then finally the leaves. Alright, the leaves, you sprinkle it around however you want it. Then you get the accessories from the toy. Use these 2. Kind of slide them into it, or just lift up the ceiling. So that's it, guys. That's it. This is Michael Myers' house from Halloween. So guys, thank you for watching. Please hit that like button, write a comment, reach out, and please subscribe. Laters.